We're the Mario Brothers, and plumbing's a game. We're not like the others who get all the fame. When your sink is in trouble, you could call us on the double. We're faster than the others, you'll be hooked on the brothers.
It's me, the 3D Show. This movie is a must-see movie. Without me having to say anything, if you love Mario or awesome animated movies, this movie will blow you away. Now, it's a love letter to all Mario fans, and while the target audience is primarily Mario and video game fans, there is enough in this movie to even appeal to non-fans of Mario. And who knows, if you weren't a fan of Mario beforehand, you will definitely be after this movie. So let's jump into that warp pipe and get right into it, shall we?
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
Now, my review will contain minor spoilers, so there isn't any major spoilers, but if you don't want to watch the whole review, it's a must-see movie. Go and watch it, and you can leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. But now we're going to get into the thick of things. So, this game has so much memory, so much nostalgia. As I have played all of the Mario games for the most part on all the consoles. My very first console was a Nintendo Mario game, the NES. The Super Mario Brothers on the NES when I was 6 years old is the reason I still play video games to this day. The crowning achievement of this movie is the amount of nods and references to almost every single Mario game ever made, and most things Nintendo. I am 40 years of age. When I played my first Mario game on an NES at the age of 5, so for me, this movie was like a fever dream. So much stuff resonated with me and made me laugh, and I was grinning like a Cheshire cat the whole time. This is why they made stuff for us, for fans. This is why stuff is made for fans, and why it matters. No one asked for a Mario animated movie, but they filled it with so much love and care that even if you've never heard of Mario, you have to see this movie. The world design, the sounds, the music, the charm, even the real world music, the nostalgia trip, the 80s nostalgia trip is so powerful. And it just oozes charm with every scene. I was grinning like a Cheshire cat, ear to ear, the whole way through the movie, because I recognised so many nods, so many references, so many things that I've seen about Mario over the years. And, this is probably the greatest use of a video game license I've ever seen. And it is, Nintendo, Mario is their beloved child, Mario is their mascot, has been since their inception. That they have grown their business with Mario, and Mario has grown with me, as like so many others. So to see this universe come to life in such a way, and so many things that they tribute to, it is just hats off to the animation team. It is really amazing. Now, for the most part of the story is great. We're going to cover some of it now. So the start of the movie has already been put in the trailers. You've seen it. So it starts with Bowser's assault on the Penguin Kingdom, where he captures the superstar. And then it switches to the advert of the Super Mario Brothers, which we already saw. They already leaked all that in the trailers and TV spots and the like. We get to see Mario, Luigi, and their rather large family, which is a first for Nintendo. We actually see their encapsulated family: dad, uncles, brothers, sisters, mum. They're not introduced, but they're all there, and you can tell they're one big community. And just before that, we find out why Mario and Luigi started their own plumbing business. It was because they fell out with their disgruntled plumbing boss. So they go to the family meeting. His family make fun of them for the Italian accents they use, so they don't use them anymore for the rest of the film. That's why Mario doesn't go "Mamma mia" and that sort of stuff. It is primarily because his family ridiculed him for using the voice. He doesn't use the voice, which is quite clever, to be honest, and a good reason for Mario and Luigi not to put on the Italian accents. Then Mario sort of stands around feeling sorry for himself, and he laments to Luigi that he's sorry for bringing him down, and they're never going to amount to anything. They want to make something of themselves. They want to be want to make it big time. They want to make a business. And then something happens in the where they are, and I'm not going to spoil what happens. And then they end up in the Mushroom Kingdom, and that's when the real adventure begins. And you already saw in the trailers that Mario and Luigi get separated. Luigi does in fact end up in Bowser Land and is captured, and then it's up to Mario and friends. So he meets Toad, and then he meets Princess, and then they go on an adventure. They meet Donkey Kong, and you see all this. You already know all this from the trailers, right? So during the film, we spend a lot of time switching between Bowser and Mario, Peach and Luigi. And then we're introduced to Donkey Kong and his dad. And the Donkey Kong scene where they play the DK rap, it's just such an amazing scene. There's so much just so much nostalgia. And then there's so much in between. And the minor spoilers here, Mario's training with Peach. In my opinion, Peach is way too overpowered in the Mushroom Kingdom. She is so funny. And it is quite funny how she literally shows Mario how to do things, and he's like, "Why are you so good?" And she goes, "Oh, I was born here. I grew up here. I know all this. It's nothing new to me." So then you get a hilarious montage of Mario training, which is a homage to the games, and it's just hilarious. I was laughing my head off the whole time. So this time it's Luigi who's a damsel in distress, and it's not Princess Peach. A complete role reversal from the games. But if you have played the games, then you'll know that it sort of alternates between who gets rescued, between Princess Peach, Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Toad. There's depending what game it is, who's writing it, who's directing it. There changes all the time. So it's refreshing in terms of a movie sense, where you haven't got the rescue of the girl, although you could argue that Luigi does act like a girl for the most part. Now, the one thing I really did like about it was the nods to Princess Peach's past. You don't really find out an awful lot, but it sort of hints at what they're going to do in the future, which I hope they do expand on the characters in this universe. Bowser is simply incredible. Jack Black, all the voice actors for this film are absolutely amazing. So Bowser is sort of pinned as a yandere character in this. He's obsessed with Peach. He either wants to make her his, or he's going to kill everybody and kill Peach. And that sort of plays out throughout the entire film. The fight scenes are amazing. The Mario Kart scene is amazing. I can't tell you enough that this is a must-own movie on Blu-ray. This is a must-see movie in the cinema. But despite all the nods, all the references, the acting, the effects, the stages, the setup, everything's just amazing. The real star of the film was the overarching themes: family, determination, never give up, believing in yourself, overcoming your fears, and togetherness, and even love. And even Bowser, warped love is quite cute, really. If he wasn't such a nut job, he would actually be quite endearing to Peach. So he really does love Peach, but the way he goes about it is completely wrong, and that also sends a message as to what not to do when you're in love, which is a great way to sum up the whole movie. It's togetherness, love, and you go to the ends of the earth for your family. At least most families would. It might not be the deepest story or the deepest character development in an animated movie, but you already know who Mario is. It's not. If you haven't heard of Mario, then I don't know what to say to you. If you haven't heard of Mario, then this is a good chance to go and learn about Mario and the universe that he entails, and a great chance to play the Mario games as well if you haven't ever played any of those. Now, a slight spoiler, a spoiler here is that the film does have 2 credit scenes. It has one post-credit scene and then one after the credit scene, which you really do need to stay and watch. And I won't spoil it for you, but it's really cool what they're doing. Quite frankly, it is the greatest video movie of all time. I didn't want the Mario movie to end. I actually teared up towards the end of the movie. With so many happy tears. Seeing something I've grew up with and still hold dear to this day come to life on the big screen. My whole family is a massive fan, and the movie's already grossed like $450 million plus. It's not frozen off the number one grossing movie of all time. And I will just touch on the critics all slamming it and calling it and all the idiots calling it woke and stuff. You can all shut up. It's not woke. It's perfectly fine. And then all the idiots screaming on diversity. Just shut up. It wasn't made for you. This is made for the fans and for the people that appreciate cinema, good quality animation and good quality content. I want to see something and be entertained and not have not to be preached at is a wonderful thing. Who would imagine it that a story, just telling a story and being an action family movie in 2023 would be a problem for some people. All I say to the critics is, just do one. You're not welcome. Your opinions are completely mute. And you don't know what you're talking about, quite frankly. And I'm sick to death of this woke brigade ploughing around, throwing their weight around and trying to be the big I am. And they're just, they're just the biggest, loudest bunch of idiotic kids I've ever seen. Anyway, not to end on a negative, take your kids, take everyone to see this movie, support this film. It is absolutely amazing. Good old entertainment from beginning to end, the way movies should be made. Now, I'm probably going to book some more tickets because it's me, the Freely Show. Woo!